Hello guys, hi and welcome to Kiriji Reviews. With me is my usual partner in space crime, Kirill from Superheroes Bulgaria. Hello.
Jedi crime
Yes.
this time.
So guys, I wanted to make this review 2 days earlier, but I just couldn't because of some of the charity work that we've done.
What did you tell them?
Well, I didn't actually tell to everybody, but yeah, we basically gathered with one fitness channel that's called Strong and Shredded, and we did a great collaboration. They came up with the idea to gather like into a few teams, and each team to buy a few bags of food and to give to the poor on the streets, to the homeless basically. So that's what we did yesterday. But that is just for the Bulgarian audience, that's why I didn't mention it here. I didn't want to make like a big deal out of it, so to speak. I mean, it's a big deal for us, you know, to do something like this, but
we're not doing it for likes, shares.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, but I mean that is what I was doing. I had to edit and release that video on our channel with Kirill at Superheroes Bulgaria. And now I saw the movie second time with Kirill here. Just
I
a
saw
few
it only
hours.
once.
Yeah, this is his first time today seeing the movie, and this was my second time seeing the movie, and I'm really glad that I did see the movie because it was even better than the first one. So we are going to be very straightforward and tell you that we actually really like this movie.
Yeah, we really liked it, so we can go home.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was good.
It was very good.
Unlimited
Power!
I really like that line.
Yeah, I know.
No, probably I like it more because strategically I didn't watch the episode 8. Not because of what I heard, but I just never had the time and I sort of forgot about it.
Yeah.
But this one feels like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Even more than probably episode 7. Kinda.
I think the same, and I really love the Force Awakens. I didn't really like the second movie because the Rose and Finn storyline, and I had to tell the whole movie to Kirill before this episode started because, you know, just to catch him up a bit so he has more
and
context.
I was even more happy that I have never watched it
Yeah.
after what I heard. But I can see why people don't like it, but that doesn't mean that we have to not like the whole new trilogy. I mean, really now it feels like Star Wars movie. You have all the characters that are actually their own characters, and they don't feel anymore like some carbon copies of Han Solo or Luke Skywalker and all the others. They actually have their own stories.
Yeah.
It's really great.
And I personally, you know, I really loved the movie the second time even more. Like I've said, I liked it even more, but I actually really loved it, if I have to be completely honest. As much as this may sound very strong or whatever, I just do, you know, I got the whole movie, as I know it was a bit fast, like everybody say, like it's so fast. Yeah, it's fast. They had to make basically the plot for 2 movies merge into one because what the previous director did really messed everything up, and what the vision of JJ was never got fully into fruition, so he tried to catch up with everything and just to create one big long movie. And I do think that Star Wars would have benefit from a second one with JJ again as a director, because it's going to be a bit more cohesive, it's going to be a bit more, you know, exploration. I mean, it's going to have more exploration in terms of the story and how it progressed. But considering what they had to cramp up in one movie, I'm pleased with the result. I'm pleased with how everything was finished, and I think it makes a lot of logical sense what happened to Rey and her real origin. That is what all I can say, you know, because there's no spoilers.
Yeah, by the way, really great that now people can understand more that she's not there just to be a female lead character, because now most characters are, but actually she has the story of why this happens to her.
Yeah.
So basically Disney can release episode 8 J.J. Abrams cut.
Yeah.
They can already remake it.
That is actually a very good idea. Yeah.
Right?
If we could have just delete the second movie and replace it with the third one.
Use the money that you made from episode 8 to shoot a new one.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that could be said about this movie, like how Leia, finished her story. I'm okay with that.
They did it really nice. I mean,
Yeah.
I really didn't expect something big out of it, but they really did it in a great way.
Yeah, she was
It's very
even
tasteful,
longer
with respect to
her character and
yeah.
her
and to the actress.
and to the actress. To Carrie Fisher, they showed her scenes that were. That were quite a few scenes with her, just that they were, of course, very brief because they didn't have enough footage. But the point is that everything that they did with Princess Leia, I think it was very nice. I really love the character of C-3PO in this movie. He was so charming and
It's always
cute.
nice, yes. I mean,
Yeah, his interactions with R2-D2. Just lovely, although it wasn't that much. They didn't spend a lot of time together in this movie, but it was understandable that the main story was totally elsewhere, literally. But
plus,
yeah.
He also interacts really good with the other characters, so you can see how actually, him and Arthur are kind of the bringers of everything from even the old parts until now. So they're kind of like that link between the families, let's say it. You can really feel them as a whole family.
Yeah.
All of them. Just like in the other ones, by the way. So probably that's why it feels like Star Wars, because it tells you that these people are always together. Like a true family and like true friends.
Yeah, I actually
That's the
felt
idea.
all of the friendship and the love between everybody, between all the characters, and in that line of thought, all the acting was superb, emotional.
Oscar Isaac is better here than in X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Because he played there.
Tell me about it.
He played there someone, yeah.
Yeah,
But
he
really-
played the ass of the Emperor.
Yeah.
The ass.
All of them here were really great. I mean, and even the old actors were in good shape, actually.
You mean the Emperor?
Him and C-3PO is still played by the same actor.
Oh yeah, and actually that actor that played C-3PO was as a human in the movie.
No, yeah.
Yeah, he appeared.
I thought for the moment, was that him? Yeah,
Yeah, it is him.
Yeah.
He was like a pilot.
Yeah, for
Oh,
5 seconds or so.
For 5 seconds, yes.
But yeah,
That's not a spoiler. Actually, a bit of a spoiler. Sorry for that.
was it? It's a cameo, so not important.
Yeah, it was
We
like
have more
5
important
seconds.
cameos, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 5 seconds. Actually, it's good because now they watch carefully to see him. Otherwise, you might miss it.
Yeah, you can
blink
say
and
that.
then
Yeah, you blink.
snooze, you lose.
Yeah, definitely so brief that if you blink, you may actually miss him for real.
I actually like an Adam Driver here kind of more than in episode 7. I think he grew to the role. He kind of learned that plus his character develops.
Yeah,
Really a lot here.
I really like how they, finish his story arc, and he is really amazing actor, like really he is. And Daisy Ridley also, she gave every to every inch of her being, she was playing everything like
Yeah, you can really feel the force
yeah, the
flowing
force.
through her. Let it flow through you. Yes.
Yeah, it's just going to. It's like her face is gonna explode with emotion with every single frame of the movie. But she was on point on each and every one of these. I never felt like she was overdoing it or anything like that. Like nobody.
Well, I
did.
mean, this is how kind of you look like if you have to go through those situations. So you can't be like stiff as a wood and no.
Yeah, you have to look constantly as you're constipated.
But in a nice way, right?
Yeah, is there a nice way to be constipated?
Well, what happens there? So
Yeah.
clearly that's the nicest way.
And Kylo Ren looks constipated as well, but in a bad way. Because his face.
Because of his face.
His face.
Yes. But I actually like what happens to him as a character more than what happened to Anakin in 1, 2, and 3. I mean, I like Vader as a whole, but the whole thing that they did with Anakin back there, it was kind of for the moment.
Yeah, it was kind of
Yeah, and here actually I liked a bit more.
Yeah.
It had more sense to what he has to go through with all of those things that happen to him. So it makes a lot of sense for that. Plus there is still this Jedi life wisdom which actually is taken from other types of like Buddhism and Hinduism. That's the way of thinking that you have about let go of some things, learn how to do it. Do not be afraid that you can lose them. You can see it here. You can also see it how not being afraid that you have a dark side.
Yeah.
Because if you don't accept that, then
you can't even control it. You can't
You don't
anything.
have to try. Just don't define yourself by it, but accept it and say, yes, it's here. You have it, but then take it into your advantage.
Yeah, it has its purpose.
Yes.
It has its purpose. It's not just like, oh, it's just only bad if you have it.
No, it's there because you have to have it, and you just need to accept it. And it's again a moment that if you bring it, you might miss it. You can just say, oh, there she has a bad side.
Yeah, there's a lot of lines, a lot of things here and there. Even some things that Leia says, throughout her scenes and interactions with Rey, that are so wise. But if you don't think about them, you just watch.
They're just lines. Yeah, you might even say, what is she saying now?
Yeah.
I mean, I was like that when they used most of those ideas in episode 3, by the way, when Yoda is speaking with Anakin. And back then when I was watching, I was, what is he telling him? What do you mean learn to let go and other things? What is that? And actually yesterday I watched again that moment in YouTube when they two speak together and he tells him that and I say, now it's different. And you have it here even in episode 9, which is great.
Yeah, you have a lot of things from this episode that are taken from episode 3 in terms of how the Emperor talks, speaks, how he is
he speaks good.
As a villain and how he tries to manipulate like he did with Anakin, and now he tries to do the same to Rey. Is the same tactic all over again, but it's exactly him, so it's perfectly true to the character.
You can't complain here, Star Wars fans. I mean, you can't complain to say that's not my Emperor. It's exactly your Emperor.
It's exactly the same guy.
But if you have any complaints, okay, you're free to do it. No one limits you.
Of course. So
let the flow hate. Let it burn you. Feel the unlimited
power. So guys, for us, we are not like hardcore Star Wars fans.
Maybe that's why we were kind of okay. I mean, I always liked 4, 5, and 6, but I know stuff about it. I can speak about Star Wars a lot, but I'm not one of these people that you touch my franchise now.
Yeah.
Touch it. Touch it. You touched it well now. I mean, I liked what I saw, so touch it.
Yeah, I mean, some people say that, it's not the same characters as before, and I'm like, well, those are movies that are so freaking old now. I mean, what did you expect? They brought Leia and Han Solo for The Force Awakens, for goodness sakes. They did.
You have freaking Mark Hamill again.
Yeah.
He didn't have anything to do except voicing the Joker for more than 30 years now, so it's actually good that he's there. So
yeah, I mean, you can expect to have the same freaking feeling that you had when you first watched the original Star Wars movies. But for me, these movies really capture, I mean, the first one, The Force Awakens, and this the last one really captures the Star Wars spirit, having these newer characters without taking away anything from the old characters. They all stay, I mean, they all can be on screen on their own and have their own arcs and their own value as characters. I think I know how hard it is to transfer or to think about some new characters when you already have some old characters. But I do think that Kylo Ren and Rey, especially the way that they wrap things up and how they explain their stories and all of that, I think that they have enough of a growth as characters and enough of a story behind them and character development. So for us to connect with them, even when I watched the older movies, the original movies, I actually never was as connected to Leia or Han Solo or anybody. It all felt very, rushed to me, like, because the story actually started from somewhere that was not the beginning, and you just.
But you didn't knew that back in the days.
Yeah,
I never knew that episode 4.
You're just like long time ago. There was these planets and these people, and it's a desert, and this desert has 2 suns, and like what, you're thrown into this without.
I always liked Han Solo more, by the way, than Luke Skywalker. I don't know why.
That's another topic, I think.
No, I just connected with him.
Okay. Yeah, so my point is that I never saw so much character development in the older movies. Each and every movie was like, oh, here's Han, here's Leia, and they're, oh, okay, they're brother and sister. Oh, okay, he's Darth Vader, whoever Darth Vader is Luke's father, and yeah, whatever. And then next episode do something else, and then everything ends, and we clap, and there's Wookiees and other creatures that clap, and yeah,
Did the Wookiees clap? Oh, you mean the small guys? The Ewoks.
Ewoks.
Yeah, okay.
They're like, yeah, and that's
but
it.
They were cute, Gary.
Yeah, they were cute.
One of them grabbed Han Solo's leg.
Yeah, but there was never any explanation for anything, pretty much. It was all like, well, this is a long...
People back then actually didn't need so much
explanation. Far away, the galaxy far away, these characters and that's it. And, when we got episode 1, 2, and 3, then we got more of the picture, of how things are structured in the galaxy, and the Senate, and the politics, and the whole
That was the initial
thing.
idea, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how everybody are just able to travel to planet, and all planets are basically like cities.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to a planet, you just go to one bar, or one tavern, or one city in a corner of the city, or one desert, and that is the whole planet. There is nothing on the planet.
I always felt the irony of the ice planet, which was called Hot.
Hot?
Yes, we doubled. It was ice planet called Hot.
It's double hot.
Double hot.
So
yeah, you really see in the new characters, actually really see how they got their start, especially Finn.
Yeah.
Finn and Rey actually were the ones that from the beginning they had their stories.
Actually, it's going to be very interesting. One of my colleagues, we discussed that on Friday. He said, like, well, Finn is a stormtrooper that actually was able to break away from that doctrine, from that strict brainwashed way of living, and decide for himself. That is actually a very amazing story with an amazing potential, but it never actually went that far away. Now in this episode, they try to introduce something that added to his story, in terms that the Force is a contributor to consciousness of, some people, even stormtroopers. The Force is within everybody, each and every one of us, basically, even into the stormtroopers. In a way, if they're alive, they can be connected with the Force, so to speak. That's the logic.
It's not just Jedi exclusive, because actually the Force is everywhere, and
yeah, everybody can be sensitive.
Shows you and leads you, yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, to the Force. The Force on its own, it's not like discriminative. It's just that if you're open to it, you can access it. If you're not open to it, if you close your mind and the pathway that you think towards, if you close that, then of course you won't be able to access it, because you're doing that to yourself. But if you're open to it, if you believe in it, you're automatically creating a way to access it, one way or another.
Much like in real life. I mean, if you have no faith, I think basically
you're closing yourself out.
To quote Yoda in episode 5, when Luke Skywalker said, "You don't believe this? That is why you fail."
Very correct. Very
So,
correct.
Yeah.
A lot of wisdom here, guys. I don't think that a lot of people, instead of complaining that much, I really think that they should try to maybe see what's under all the special effects, because this is totally not all the special effects. I felt something throughout the whole movie. I even felt more emotional the second time that I seen it. I almost cried a bit, but I didn't.
So you can watch it the third time and me second time to see what.
Yeah, if the third time I cry, then that's gonna be kind of ridiculous, because first time I wasn't that close to crying. Now I was closer to
I
crying.
also had moment now in which I felt, oh my god, I started getting misty eyes. So that's a good sign for the movie. Plus, I again, like in every movie, I saw moments that are this here is for me. So nice, like the things with the Force also.
Yeah.
And then that's it. I mean, you really have to just be careful to the things that they say and do, and you get those things.
Yeah.
Plus, of course, you have to kind of let go of that old nostalgia feeling. I was never big about nostalgia, by the way. To me, it was always just it's nostalgia, okay, but it's in the past. So and just let go, as Yoda said, and forget about the old episodes. And
yeah, you can't see
you can have
the new
nice things and now,
characters.
yeah, and
you just can't see them for who they try to, build them up to be. If you're always thinking about Luke and Leia, how they were before, and that was, literally in the past. And of course, I'm not trying to somehow make those characters look inferior. I'm just saying that the new characters also bring something that is worth seeing, and if you only hold on to the old, you're never going to be able to appreciate the new. That's just a general rule for everything, not just about movies or these characters or Star Wars franchise, but I do feel that is the case in a lot of older fans that are unable to get away from
the nostalgia feeling, and these were my characters when
how
I was
I'm used
a child.
I'm used to this and that, and they cannot accept change or growth or different perspective. But as long as the movies capture the original spirit of Star Wars, I think that they're pretty okay. And J.J. Abrams did try to put so many creatures in it to present them in such a fun way.
I like the guy who had to repair the leakage in the ship with no hands.
Everybody loves this guy. Baba, what was his name? Not Baba.
No, Baba was the one who had to do other things. The small guy. Blue.
No. The little guy.
This one.
Yeah.
No, I'm speaking about the other on the ship who had to repair the leakage.
The huge alien.
The surge. Yeah, he had to.
That was the only thing that I think in the movie it does not need to be there. Like huge alien that doesn't have arms, just has these huge antennas and eyes, and the pilot Poe, yeah, he was like, just fix that, and he was like,
well, there were some moments of Disney humor now, but by the way, not as much as in the Marvel movies, which was good. I mean, there were just a few sprinkles there of humor.
Yeah, well, that is it, guys. There are so many things that we can say about the movie, but
we don't want to.
No, we do want to. But we really loved it, and I just want to say that I know that this movie is getting a lot of hate right now, but I just think that it's misunderstood, and I just don't know how people expected J.J. Abrams to fix it. In what way exactly is better than this way? I mean, would you do a better job if you had to?
Every person out there is a director now. So
everybody thinks that they can do a better
job. So, producer.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I heard, what happened in episode 8, I think that here everything is good.
So, guys, we got carried away here, but the point is that we really love this movie, although we are not older generation of moviegoers that just love the older movies or just original fans per se, but really found the sense of it, and we liked how the story ended. So yeah, that's it. 10 out of 10.
9.5 from me.
Yeah, as a Star Wars movie, 10 out of 10. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So let us know what you think in the comments down below, of course. And thank you very much for watching. Until next time, with me, Gary G, Reviews, and Kiddo.
Let the Force be with you.
Yeah.
Maybe one necessary thing was there one of the Stormtrooper said something to Finn and the others, which was kind of not exactly like a Stormtrooper would say.
Which thing exactly?
When they arrest them. Maybe spoilers. In that shot when Finn said hi guys, and one of them said shut up. was kind of like I didn't. It was too emotional for a stormtrooper. I don't know.
Not sure. They try to make them more human these days.
So, well, you know, I mean, these are not the clones. I mean, stormtroopers stopped being clones long enough. Even in episode 4, they're not just clones. They're exactly not people that they took as kids and just brainwashed them.
Yeah.
Which is what happened in Bulgaria a long time ago.
Yeah, but either that's another story. Special effects amazing, just mind-blowingly amazing.
I actually didn't recognize when they put a CGI Carrie Fisher. Yes.
Well, she was when she was young.
Only there.
Yeah.
Before that, it was scenes that they should.
No, there was. She just was placed digitally in some.
Yeah, this I didn't recognize. So the young one, yes.
Yeah. No, she was just literally placed places.
Because they've done it in Rogue One, I think, with one of the actors, but there you could see. But then again, this was 3 years ago. Or something.
Yeah, the only fully digitally replaced Leia, I think it was when she was young. In that one shot. And by the way, look amazingly young, like perfectly done.
Yes.
Like that was him.
That technology becomes even better.
Yeah, you just have to see Terminator then. You're gonna be mind blown.
Nice.
First 2 minutes, mind blowing in that
you
regard.
See younger Arnold.
And young Sarah Connor.
Oh,
perfectly done.
Nice.
And young John Connor, the same as Terminator 2.
You mean
the same,
the kid?
The boy, the same. I'm like, what is happening?
Well, probably with that technology, they're going to start replacing actors now.
It's too expensive. No, too expensive.
Yeah, not for the full movie.
Yeah, but it could be done.
I'd watch a full movie with replaced Bruce Lee, you know.
Yeah, but who could do justice to Bruce Lee?
There is a Chinese guy who plays him in a TV show, and now in Ip Man 4.
I saw him.
Yeah, I mean,
he looks good.
Yeah.
But isn't there that other actor that played him in that Quentin Tarantino's movie? He's better.
Yeah, but without the glasses and the wig, he doesn't look like it. This other Chinese guy actually looks like him with some modifications. But I mean, he knows in the martial arts.